Hello everyone, today we're going to be making a simple 2D banner using Photoshop. So let's start. You want to click File, New. We're going to be putting 468 pixels for our width, 60 pixels for our height. The resolution you can leave alone. Your background you're going to want transparent. Once you've done that, click OK. Now for your background you can choose any design you want. I've already made my background, which is this. Once you've done your background, we can add guidelines. You can also drag your rulers here for guidelines. Now, my guidelines were like this when I set up my banner. Now, you're going to want to create a timeline video. And if your timeline isn't showing at the bottom here, you can simply click Window and then Timeline, which will give you your timeline. So, create timeline video. Now we're going to want to add text into your box or banner, wherever you're doing it. Now we're just going to use simple text, like, oh, before we do that, always change your colour. I'm going to go with white. Now simple text, Mighty Kitten. Now you're going to want to line it up wherever your text is going to be going. Once you've done that, you're going to hold shift and then drag it up, for me that is. Now we're going to create a keyframe, so click your little drop box down, transform as it's also known as. So we're going to click that. Now our text is going to start up off the top here, so that's where I know I want it to start off with, so we're going to click keyframe there. Now we're going to drag your timeline a few frames in, and again we're going to hold shift and drag your text to wherever you want it to go. For me it's at the bottom. Now it's created a second keyframe, and as you can see it's going to scroll from the top to the bottom. And once you've done that, we can move on with more text, and we're going to approach from a different angle now. We're going to come in from the side, so let's start with that. Right, so we're going to add more text in now, so drag your timeline to the end of your keyframe, which is there. And we're going to add more text now, so max him out there like so. Get your text editor, oh, sorry, text, and then I'm going to do Mighty Kitten 2. Now I want this one to scroll in from the side and stop right in the middle to there. So I'm going to obviously line it up, and again we're going to hold shift and drag it to where you want it to come out of, which is here obviously. Now we're going to click on the second text, drop the box down, transform, again scroll into your timeline, and now we're going to drag the text back, which is going to be roughly there for me. Now as you can see my background isn't showing, so a simple fix for that is drag your background into your time frame like so. Scroll out a bit more. Shrink this because that's a bit too long for my liking. Like so. So now we should have a scrolly down and a side scroll in. That's it for the text. You know, you can have a little play around, like if you want your, let me go back to the first text. Now if you want this to stop a little bit before it actually scrolls across your screen, you can add more keyframes like so. It's just a matter of playing with your keyframes.